Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
I still never know how this works. Yo, Desmond,
So we played an intro. It silences you for the intro. It's like a 30-second thing.
Instagram. Are we behind? Are we live?
No. Yeah, we're live.
On Instagram. I'll do a little real intro in a second.
See, not yet.
Let's give everyone a second. Make sure we're live on Instagram.
You gotta click go live.
You gotta click go live, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Here we go. I'm seeing it on Instagram now.
There we go.
Live on Instagram now.
Sit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
Let's
really do
lock
need
and
to
load.
come up. Can I just start this by saying that we really do need to come up with a better name than podcast?
Yeah.
Because is that truly what this is at this point? I don't think so. I think this is. I like
You
explain your thought process.
Eric,
I
talking
think
to the camera.
I get
talking
more
to the camera.
of a '90s like Howard Stern radio show telethon vibe.
Shout out to
what I
Spy
mean?
RT.
You know, I like bringing back the telethon feel. There was something about that. You know, we didn't really watch those as a kid. They were probably like really on the tail end, but I remember them, and I was like, it's something you don't really see anymore these days. You know.
Well, all right, let's lock and load. So, welcome everybody. Uncle Larry's hangout, smoke sesh, drink sesh. Wednesday night, forget about the rest of it, live on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, maybe not TikTok yet. I don't know. We're not technically adept. Anyways, Desmond, our producer, Eric and Kai, the talent, the cameraman, Uncle Larry, here I am, ready to rock and roll, lock and load. Anyways, as usual, if you're on Instagram, get over to YouTube. That's where we're keeping track of all the comments. That's where we're keeping track of all the super chats, etc. So get on over to YouTube, join the party there. We're doing super chat giveaway tonight. We got this sick Bass Rat hat. It says Bass Rat. It's backwards. We got a waterproof scum frog bag full of baits for you. Just lock and load. And who won the sink bait last week? Do we have a official winner? Desmond, announce a winner for us. Pick a winner.
Yes,
announce a winner for us.
It was Unreal Fishing.
Unreal Fishing.
Those kids are going somewhere. I'll tell you.
Going somewhere,
going
folks,
somewhere.
ladies and gentlemen. Unreal Fishing. Wow, that's
Congratulations.
unreal. All right, so we're starting to get some people flood in. We've got a cool topic tonight, and you know, for those who've been tuning in, we've had technical difficulties, scheduling Bill Wetzel, get out.
Good.
Bill
That's
Wetzel.
good.
It's going to be a good episode, folks. So, listen, we've had technical difficulties. We've had physically attending our own podcast difficulties, but we're here Wednesday on time. We got our giveaways. We got our crew. We're ready to roll. Tonight's topic, cryptids. Here we go. Cryptids and conspiracies. Eric and Kai, lock in, bro. I can't hear. Oh my gosh.
What do you mean lock
in?
Talking about cryptids. Lock
What
in.
is that? What is that?
It's my safety vest.
Holy
sure we don't get
smokes.
cancer.
Just explain what's going on.
Repel spirits. You know, man, you gotta. There's a lot of things going on in this world that don't meet the eye. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't gonna see it with your eyes, but it's there.
Now, it's going to be a fun call-in session, right? Because, like, I agree. A lot doesn't meet the eye. That's what fishing's about. It's about the mystery. It's about the what is it that we don't truly understand, but we can feel. And that's why we cast at it, right? It's kind of like as above, so below. There's the water above the firmament. There's the water below. We're caught right in the middle. And I can't take myself seriously looking at me talk like this. But anyways, it's true, though. It's true.
I can't either.
Do another angle. Do it.
Yeah. Switch it up.
Switch it up?
Yeah.
All right, so, like, but it's true. It's like It's true.
God,
So
swag
we're all
boy
gonna
Johnny over here.
Okay.
we'll all get started with our own
There we go.
Christmas stories. Swajor is apparently whipping the cart violently. So perfect timing. Listen, we're not here to take ourselves too seriously tonight. We'll talk some fishing. We'll talk some strat. We'll talk like what it was we were chasing. What species were we chasing? What was the environment? What were the conditions? What were the baits like while we were out there? But we're going to be talking tonight about what did we see? What did we experience? So Desmond, let's start with you. And then, as usual, we're gonna each tell our own little story here, talk as a crew, and we'll open up the lines. What have you seen out there? What has not made sense to you? What have you seen where you're like, hell man, that's why I come out here, because I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah. So there was this one crazy time that I was diving for a sheep's head. It was like a sheep's head slam, and me and my brother were out there. We're with our spear guns. I got this like stupid garbage spear gun off I think it was like eBay or like Facebook or something. And my brother has this Rob Allen, and we're out at this one. I won't say the place, not to burn the spot, but it was a beach, and we're all the way out. We're at some structure, and my brother shoots one sheep's head, and then I think I shot I don't know. I was like still training at this point, so I'm popping everything. I popped like probably 3 pinfish at this time. So we got sheep's head and pinfish all on a stringer, and me and my brother, we get behind this one structure. It's one huge, just one big piece of like a seawall or something, and we see a bunch of like a big school of mullet shoot past us. It's like the worst conditions for like fish to be out, but we see sheep's head out, which is normal. So we get up, come up for air, we go back down, still searching around a little bit, and out of nowhere, we hear a tug on our stringer, just like, and it's pulling hard. Like at this point, like it's pulling my brother back, and he's like a 250-pound guy. So he comes up, he sees what's going on, he taps me, he starts shaking me by my wetsuit. He's like, "Yo, we gotta go now." We bolted back to the car. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Probably the biggest bull shark I have ever seen out of nowhere. Like we're in maybe like 5 feet of water, and the biggest bull shark just basically like poofed out of nowhere and was maybe like 10 feet away from us, just tearing up our sheep's head. It's crazy. I didn't even see it. I didn't hear it. All I heard was just that was it. It was crazy. Not too cryptid, but still fucking wild.
Cryptid enough.
Yeah.
Bull sharks are cryptid.
Yeah. So, what was your gut reaction when you saw that shark? Was it like, were you excited, impressed?
I mean,
scared?
I've seen shark before, and I think it's maybe my bad karma because whenever we go down to the Keys, I always like mess with the nurse sharks, especially when I first started going out. So it's probably my bad karma. Just a bull shark trying to end me, put me on a t-shirt. So it was definitely weird though. A little pit in my stomach. Anytime I go back to this place now, I kind of get a little bit queasy. But I haven't seen any more bull sharks since then. It's crazy.
Yo, Kai, why don't you hop in and tell us a little cryptid story? I mean, we got some more to go. We might have to go around twice for this, to be honest, before we open up the lines. And this won't be the only podcast we talk about cryptids, the mythical, the spiritual, but like this is kind of an introduction into like why I think ULO really fishes. Like what was it where what was like one of the first things when you were out there, you were chasing this feeling and like you were like, wait, maybe I got to slow down before I really dive deeper into this fishing game that you saw?
It's gotta go back to that night at Shell Key. Out on the good old Shell Key at the beach, man. Before moving to Florida, I could never say that I seen something in the sky that I couldn't explain.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
one night we're out there, early days down here in Florida. We're paying our dues out there, grinding it out, looking for some snook and reds at night. And we had a little bonfire set up. We out there with Johnny's boy, Gil. I think,
Gil.
right?
Yep.
And
Connor Gil.
yeah, we were just waiting for the tide to come back in.
It
And I
never
remember
did come back in either, did it?
it never did come back. That was another
Remember that?
weird
How weird the
part
tides
about
were
the
that night? I'll
too.
never forget that.
Yeah, but I remember like walking towards, like facing the Gulf, back to where the fire was set up, and there's a bunch of stars in the sky, but there was one that like had caught my eye, like in my peripheral. I had noticed it was like shining brighter than everything else up in the sky. And as soon as I went to go and like focus on it, it was like just imagine like a light bulb like hanging from a string, and somebody just cuts the string, and I just see this light just go down into the Gulf, and it just disappeared out of nowhere.
Been a lot of sky encounters in Uncle Larry's history. That's a subtopic of the cryptid topic.
Right.
It's
It really
funny
is.
because one night at 3 a.m, not to go down that road, but Johnny and I driving to the Bassmaster Classic. So
Well, this is the first
saw-
experience with the falling stars.
So similar. And I don't want that to be my story, but I mean, exactly the way he just described it, we saw the exact same thing a couple of years before. So
That's
fairly
insane.
interesting. Well, I've had a lot of things happen to me. I've seen a lot of things. As Johnny knows firsthand, for 3 years, I lived in a house that had a ghost. Just what it was, That's, again, many stories than that. I'll tell an on the water story. Now, this happened. I feel crazier every time I tell it, truthfully. But the two reasons I'm still able to tell it is because I know it happened exactly like I'm about to tell you. And I wasn't alone. There was someone else in my bass boat that day with me who completely different personality than me. I mean, he's an accountant. And it's funny, I'm told that he doesn't even like me anymore, which is a shame. But he'll tell you the exact same story, regardless, that I'm about to tell you. So this happened. We're at the back of a New Jersey lake. This is a very old lake. So old that it's a glacier lake, actually. So there's nothing man-made about this place. Extremely old place. We're in the back of the lake. About a football field, not a football field, maybe 75 yards ahead of me. I see something float to the surface. Boom. And my initial reaction is, oh, wow, an entire tree trunk just floated up off of the bottom and surfaced in front of us. And I say that to the dude in the back of the boat. I'm like, yo, look at that tree that just floated to the surface. Meanwhile, so I'm on the trolling motor going towards it. Meanwhile, he's freaking out. He's in the back freaking out, mind you. And again, like I said, totally different than me. Stone cold sober this guy is. Like, listen to me. He's freaking out. I'm like, what, dude? He goes, that's a turtle. I'll never forget. He was like, that's a turtle. I'm looking at him like, I'm moving towards this thing, getting closer and closer. He keeps saying it. As he's saying it, and this is the image that this happened 10 years ago. This is burned in my brain for the rest of my life. As I'm looking at this thing that I'm so certain is this massive inanimate tree trunk object that is the size of my boat, if not bigger. My boat's 16 feet long. I'm probably like 40 yards from it, 50 yards. I see the front of this thing, the head turn, and it sinks back beneath the surface. Just like that. Gone.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
And how big was this thing?
I thought it was a fucking tree trunk, like the trunk of a tree. You understand what I'm saying? Floated to the surface, and I seen the head of it turn, and it sunk back beneath the surface.
He
And
saw
that's
him
it.
please
That
get
happened.
sore. He saw him
That
please get
that
sore.
happened. You know, you guys know the old picture of the Loch Ness monster, the black and white one that
Yeah.
ended up being fake. That's
Yeah.
almost what it looks like in my mind. It wasn't exactly that, but believe me, it was that fucked up and weird. And we just sat there on the boat for a solid 10 minutes and didn't say a word to each other, and just like, we never saw it again. And I fished that lake 50 times since that. Never had anything happen to me like that. But definitely saw
Said it
it.
was a
You know,
big-ass
it looked like
beaver.
an alligator. It looked like an alligator in Florida. It'd be like if a big gator came to the surface and then turned its head and sunk back beneath the surface. That's what it looked like. Beyond zero explanation for like what it could have been. You know, so there you go.
Now I
Believe it or
believe you
not.
because one of my cryptid. First of all, I think we all have multiple stories at this point when you spend enough time out there. And one of my first encounters was at the same body of water that Eric experienced the turtle at. I experienced a feline animal at. But we've had some comments coming in that it was a monster beaver. And there's two things to that. Like, one, Eric and I have been together and seen some monster beavers. So I would expect him to be able to compare whether it's a snapping turtle or a beaver to whatever he saw. That said, the average human, and I went to a school where the beaver was our athletic mascot. Like, I played on a baseball team where our college mascot was a beaver. And I used to remember thinking, like, what a stupid ass mascot. Like, that's not scary. Until we started fishing upstate New York in some very remote locations and seeing what beavers can really be. And all of a sudden, I remember thinking, like, not a stupid mascot, pretty fucking scary. Like, a
I feel about
big
coyotes.
beaver is huge.
They are
Huge.
When they
Like,
slap their tail in front of you too, they're a force of nature.
huge. We're talking 100. We're talking like we've seen beavers that looked like small manatees. Seriously, small
Yeah, for sure.
manatees.
Yeah, he's not
And
kidding. I
those
remember seeing
tail
one
slaps are
over
bombs.
on a. I remember we saw one on a cliff. We're like on top of a cliff,
Yep.
looking down, like a mountain,
Mhm.
like far away. This thing looked like it could kill someone. You know?
It looks like a manatee. Like we've been fishing manatee areas for quite some time. Where, by the way, we've seen some extreme situations. And this beaver looked just like that. But what Eric saw at that lake that day was not a beaver. And I just want to make that clear.
Let me end with this. Turtle is what I use to describe it because it's what my friend said that day. I'm not saying that it was a 16-foot long turtle. You know, I don't know what it was. I really don't, and I wish I did, and I never will. That's the funny thing. I never will. But yeah, it happened, and it was unexplainable for sure.
And that was Northwest Jersey. And at the same body of water, I personally was born in Panther Valley, New Jersey. And I remember like always feeling this connection to Northwest Jersey, even though I grew up in Northeast Jersey. And like always wondering, like, why Panther Valley? Why is it called Panther Valley? There's no panthers in New Jersey, but there were at one point in history. And I mean, I think it was only 4 or 5 years ago that somebody hit a mountain lion in Connecticut. So like this is like a very real phenomena. And one day at the same body of water that Eric's describing with the cryptid turtle or whatever you want to call it, we were out there early in the morning and I remember seeing a giant black feline cat. Like I don't know what feline means. I think it means cat. But like under a dock, and I watched it come out like from that hole and I watched it walk away. And I mean, this thing was 6 feet long. it was a fucking Black Panther. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And
No, there's a Facebook group that's got that. It's all about Black Panther sightings, like all up in like crazy parts of the state.
And here's the thing too. It's like people think like these things can't happen. No, you don't go outside enough. Like
Yeah.
these things happen every single fucking day. And there are portals, and these things walk in and out of portals, and they choose when to reveal themselves to you. And sometimes they get lazy, and sometimes they forget you're there, but like they're there. They work beyond the bounds of physics or what we think is real. And yeah, we've all seen it. And if you're spending enough time outside, you know exactly what we're talking about. And if you don't, then like you get outside a little bit more, because like, come on, or like smoke a little bit more or something, like figure it out, because like this shit's real. But yeah, like we've seen that at the same body of water. And like, I think these places tend to draw energy and draw, you can call them cryptids or monsters or whatever it is. Like they come out of these places. High energy places draw high energy creatures. And you know, I'll just kind of back that up with like Kai's story, because Kai's story of the falling star was kind of a part two. And it was kind of a part two to like an early Uncle Larry's trip, where in 2020, Uncle Larry Outdoors was in its inception, in its first few months. And Eric and I and another guy drove down from Manhattan, New York to the Bassmaster Classic it was Alabama that year, right? Birmingham, Alabama. Now, I don't know what this means, but it was the first vacation I took in corporate New York City. And I never went back to work. And I never went back to work because the entire world shut down for COVID. And we drove from New York. I took my first week off and drove straight from New York City to Birmingham, Alabama. And when we drove through Virginia, I'll never forget it. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. And I looked up, and there was a star, and it was a singular star sitting in place in the sky. And it just got brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. I actually think, I can't remember who was driving, but like I didn't say anything.
Because
you were driving.
because I saw it out of my peripherals, but it was that powerful. Yeah.
And it wasn't something where like I turned to Eric and said, "Do you see that star?" Or he turned to me and said, "Do you see that star?" It wasn't until that star got so bright and then dropped straight out of the sky. And it wasn't a shooting star. It was still, dropped straight to Earth. Which, by the way, is described in the Bible.
I always say it was like a cartoon, like someone like dropped a ball or something in a cartoon, like splat on Earth. Yeah. So
and it dropped straight to Earth, and Eric and I both like screamed at the same time, but we weren't aware that either of us were looking at this star. And the thing that stuck out to me the most about this experience was like, it wasn't just the falling star or how insane it was. It was like a visceral, like emotional impact it had on both of us. Like it was an emotional experience. I can't really describe why or how, but it impacted us really, really strongly. Now we fast forward to 2, 3 years later when Kai is out with us in Shell Key. I didn't even know Kai at the time that Eric and I saw this star on the way to Alabama.
Yeah.
And the way Eric described seeing the star out of his peripheral, and I saw it straight ahead because he was driving and I'm looking at the sky. In this situation, Kai was looking at the star and I thought I saw it out of my peripheral. And I'll never forget, Kai, like how your reaction was so strong and so emotional when you saw this thing fall out of the sky. And I remember thinking like, yup, you saw it too. And like, I don't know what it is, but the three of us have seen it. And like, as weird as it sounds, I feel like it's one of our stronger bonds in our like outdoor fishing experiences. Has like nothing to do with fishing. It's that like we've all seen the falling star. Like we all know that. this shit's crazy. Whatever's going on is pretty freaking crazy.
Now, the bond that fishermen and outdoorsmen share with each other, not even on a fishing level, but just on a experiencing. Like even today, Kai and I are out there on the river together, and we turn this corner, and there's a, legit 12, 13-foot gator that we know. We literally know this one. She's sitting right there on the bank, and we get to go right by her, and we're just looking at her incredible teeth. And this gator might be 40, 50 years old. And, we see this stuff all the time now. But to even share moments like that together, it's like that naturally just creates a special bond. And then when you add unexplainable things into the mix, it's hard to beat that kind of understanding between one another, And we've all had them. Real quick, I want to open up the lines and talk about some other stuff too. But just to say, last thing I'll say about that, it's always so interesting. Not when something happens to you, but when you see something happen to someone else and you see them change. Kind of like what you were saying, Johnny, and what I think about that, and we'll talk about this another time, but like I said, when I lived in South Jersey, when I was on Ike Live, I lived in a house that had a ghost. And this was something that I think over 10 individuals that lived in this house all had encounters and experiences with this thing. And I had my own. But for me, the craziest thing that ever happened was when the current group moved out, these two new dudes moved in. And if you know people like this, there's certain people, you start talking about any of this stuff that we're talking about, and they just shut down. You can walk out, they close the door on you. They don't even want to talk to you anymore. I get it. And these dudes were like that. So about a week into me hanging out with them, when I brought this to their attention, they're looking at me like, can we even talk to this dude anymore? This is fucking crazy. And about a week later, one of the two, I come home from class, one of the two, man, he's sitting on the couch. I'll never forget it. He looks at me like he's about to tell me that all of our housemates just died in a fire. He's like, we got to talk about something serious, right? Sits down. He looks at me and he's like, so last night after everyone went to bed, I was just sitting here on the couch. And then plain as day, sitting on the couch, I feel someone sit next to me. And I look over and there's an indent of someone sitting next to me on the couch. And mind you, this was a guy that a week ago wanted nothing to do with any of this. For the rest, I've never seen anyone more interested in talking about it and getting involved with that kind of stuff. And since that day, and he always has, to this day, he'll talk to me about that stuff. So that was honestly, that was more powerful for me than the stuff that happens to me, because I get it, man. I fucking smoke weed, and it's like, yeah, am I crazy? I don't know. Is this stuff really happening to me? But when you see it happen to someone like that, that's when you know. So that's, again, like you said with Kai, it's very powerful when you see that kind of thing happen to someone else.
Well, it's kind of that, I feel like sometimes with these experiences too, it's kind of that, what is that book? With the kid who goes to Alaska, he ends up dying in the bus.
Into the wild.
Alex McCandless.
Into the wild.
Like, happiness is only real when shared. Like, that was his last words. Like, sometimes these things to me, like, they're very real. It's just that there's an element of sharing them with just one other person, even sometimes, that's like, it's super impactful because it makes you realize you're not the crazy one. It's the situation you're in is fucking crazy. Yeah. And that's what I think sharing some of these fishing experiences with, you don't have to share it with too many people. Just one other person helps you remind you. It's like, listen, this stuff is insane. It's crazy. That's why we go out and see what happens on the water. But just sharing it with somebody helps you realize I'm not making up what I saw today. When Kai saw the falling star, even though it was 4 years later, it was I felt less crazy. It made a big difference in the rest of my life just to realize that hey, I wasn't alone in seeing or feeling that. And I felt the same way, like the fact that you and I screamed at the same time when we saw it, Eric.
Yeah, and then I remember, Johnny, you spent some time in that house too, and I don't know if anything too insane happened to you, but that just you feeling that feeling of like, yo, I spent time in that
Well,
house.
we heard the up the stairs. I remember that night.
Right.
Yeah, I
Never
know. I
mind.
remember.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in a haunted house as well. Well, I grew up in a
Yeah.
house with a garage that was haunted, and it was
Carried out.
legitimately haunted.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't like slightly haunted.
What are we
Um,
what are we thinking about hearing some other people's potential cryptid
Yeah, I think we
stories
should
or
open
whatever-
up the
whatever you
lines.
wanna say?
I'm curious what other people have experienced out there. I'm sure there's a lot, and I'm curious where some of the overlap is. So we're opening up the lines. And listen, just so if you call in tonight, just be aware, like make sure you're watching the podcast because we're still working through some technical kinks. So the audio is going to go to Desmond. We'll all be able to hear you, but just make sure you're watching the podcast so that we can all listen in together.
Yep.
All right, let's open up the lines. We'll keep talking while we're waiting on our first couple calls. But I'm sure we got some good stories coming in.
Can I use this as a shout out time real quick?
Of course.
Shout out to Howie over at Newport Vessels, Newport Motors.
Howie
A
Strike.
lot to come with that you guys will see, but the game has been changed. The Uncle Larry's vessel game, thanks to Mr. Howie, has been changed. So thank you very much. Kai and I got to do a shoot up in Tennessee the other day related to Newport, and then this goes into my second shout out. Shout out to Steve Carey.
Go on,
Fish
save
and
some
s'mores.
shout outs. Let's
The
do them in between
Binsky.
calls.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah, call.
We got some calls coming in.
Yep.
We had two, but they just hung up. Give me 1 sec. Let me call them back.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
we got
Eric.
one.
Oh,
All right, we got one.
Cool.
Can you hear us? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, welcome to the pod, man. What's going on?
What's up, man? This is Carlos calling in.
This is Carlos. Nice.
Carlos, great to hear you,
Carlos.
man.
How you guys doing, bro?
Not too bad. Not too bad. They can't hear you, you can't hear them, so you got to watch the pod. There'll be like a little bit of a delay, like 3 seconds. But tell us a cryptid story, man. Tell us some crazy stuff.
Yeah, man. It's crazy you guys talking about this. I was recently out in a remote mountain lake, about maybe 3-4 hours from the closest road, man. And I'm out there fishing in the dark. It's getting late at night. I'm fishing in this cove, and I look up into the trees, and I swear to you, man, there's this little girl fucking watching me fish. That shit was probably the scariest thing I've ever experienced, man. But I was on the send. That night, man. So I just stayed out there. I stayed out there fishing. You know what I mean?
Wait, Desmond. He said he saw a little girl.
Man. Way out
Yeah,
there.
like a
on
little
the
girl,
border
like a spirit type of thing.
Yeah, man. It was wild.
In the trees?
Wild, man.
Yeah.
Out there. I was on the border of New York and PA. New York and New Jersey, man.
Wow.
Crazy, man. Hairs on my neck stood up. You know what I mean? But the bite was good, man. So I stayed out there, bro. You know what I mean?
It's scary hours.
Yes. It didn't matter.
No,
Crazy.
I don't know what
Man,
you.
that's
Crazy, man.
great.
But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Holy cow, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo, man, I just reach out, man, and keep supporting you guys. Man. My little girl wanted me to tell you guys hi, and she always talks about that day cleaning up the Passaic River, man. We keep grinding out here in Jersey, man. Much love. Keep grinding out there, fellas. Peace and blessings.
Oh, man.
Appreciate
We
it,
love you,
man.
Oh,
Carlos.
thank you, Carlos.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care,
Dude.
man. I'll keep watching. I'll hang up to listen to the next call. God bless,
All right,
fellas.
boss.
No,
See
God
ya.
bless
Hey,
you,
we
Carlos. I
appreciate
mean,
it.
God bless,
man.
brother.
You
That's
and your daughters for
insane.
coming out that day. That was a special day. We won't forget
That
that
really
one
was.
either.
All right, sick. We out. All right, let's open up some calls again. Cool.
Little
What was
girl in the
that?
trees, huh?
Though,
was
what was
fucking
that?
wild.
A little girl? Because listen, like we've all met Carlos, man, and Carlos
He's a
got a
straight
good head
shooter.
on his
Straight
shoulders with a
shooter.
good family,
But-
and like we don't talk cryptids with Carlos. Like we've
No,
talked.
this is a good point too. I think you know, you hear these stories from some of these people, and I think that's the most jarring thing about a lot of these when you hear them from fellow outdoorsmen is,
Mhm.
you know, what are we doing making it up? Like why? You know, like that's the thing. Like Carlos ain't got no reason to call in and make that story up to
No.
us and 20 other
No.
people, you
Got nothing to
know?
prove.
So that's what gets interesting about this kind of stuff is when you hear from truly genuine people that you know are solid. And Carlos is one of those individuals. So
Straight
It reminds me of The
Um,
Grudge. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Unfortunately.
That's what that
my
reminds me.
my dad did the advertising artwork for that movie with
Really?
the eyeball.
What?
Yeah,
Wow, that's wild.
Yep.
Your dad
Wow.
did?
You
yeah,
got one.
Oh.
Crazy.
yeah. The
Hello?
eyeball. I remember we had a poster of it.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, it's fucking SWAJRT or Swodger. It's kind of a hard username to pronounce.
It's Swadger.
Swodger, yeah, like I fuck
What
with that.
up, bro?
What's up, guys?
son?
Going on?
Roger.
Nice.
Sorry, the delay's a little weird. I'm trying to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, it's all good. It's like a 2-second delay or something.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, hey, tell
Yeah,
us
let her
about a
rip.
cryptid story, man.
All right, so probably I think it was summer of 2024. My local hometown lake. I was out kayaking with my boy, and similar to your story, or Eric's story about the star dropping, we saw like a blue beam shoot straight down, and we were just super confused, and we were big too, so we were not even knowing what the fuck was going on. But later in the year, I was fishing for striper the fall run, dude, and I saw. Have you guys ever seen the Starlink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That shit blew my fucking mind because Jersey had all those drones come in, so I was like, dude, I thought we were getting invaded or some shit.
Drones.
That was a
Yo,
whole
Yeah,
debacle.
that's really it, bro.
Wait, tell us a little bit more about this blue beam, though. Like, what was this blue
Yeah.
beam shooting at or from where?
Yeah, so I was sitting on this lake. I live in Tuckerton, so it's Lake Powhatan. Dude, we're sitting there, and out of nowhere, you just see like it looked like a rocket shot straight down into the ground, and it had like this blue orb on the side of it. And my friend was absolutely bugging. Like he was like, "Yo, fuck fishing right now. Like we need to figure out what that was." And I was like, "Dude, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do about that." So we just fished the rest of the night and got home, and like no one believed us. We just sounded like stoners. My dad was like, "Dude, you need to stop like smoking so much."
That sounds like if me and you were out there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like you'd be like, bro, we gotta go to shore. I'd be like, bro.
No,
Man,
no,
you
that
mentioned blue
we gotta make
beams,
these
bro.
snaps,
You mentioned
bro.
blue beams, and my radar started going off. Man.
yeah. I've got a follow up on that too, Swadger. But like, what did you see with the drones? What was your opinion on what was going on in Jersey a year ago today? Because that was something. What did you see with the drone? What was your opinion on what was going on in Jersey a year ago? Because that was something.
The drone stuff was crazy, dude, because there was a bunch of videos of them like coming out from the ocean of like Atlantic City. Dudes were going out on their boats and like filming them at night. Right by me, I live near Long Beach Island. There's a road called Seven Bridges Road near me that leads to like Atlantic City, and people would go and get crazy pictures of them. But when they would put the pictures on their computer, it looked just like a big circular orb, like it had some type of technology to like stop a photo of it. So I didn't know what the fuck it was. The entire time I just assumed it was like a government operation or like some type of test.
That's insane. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. I saw them flying over Long Island. They flew over my dad's house in Babylon. So I saw them firsthand, and like they were pretty freaking crazy, dude. Like my mom saw them too, and she's not a conspiracy person. probably, if anything, the opposite, more of like you guys need to stop fishing and smoking all the time type person. And she pulled over on the side of the road in West Hampton Beach and sent me a video of like, what the hell is this thing? So that was a real situation and a real phase of this country that like people seem to just try and ignore. Super interesting, man. Yo, well, thank you for calling in, sharing the story. I appreciate you, dude. And also, congrats on the reel. We'll send that to you soon.
For sure, bro. Thank you for calling through, man.
Yo, Desmond, let's open up the line again. I think we got a little.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate the real, man.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
yeah, of course.
Hey,
Bro.
thank you guys. You guys are the fucking best, man. I appreciate you guys inspiring everybody.
See ya.
Yo, we appreciate you, man. Thank you,
Later.
dude. Thank you for all the support.
Thank you, big dog.
That delay is crazy.
Yeah, my bad. There's like actually like a 6-second delay. So what
Yeah,
he's
that's-
listening in. So like
No, I know it's all good. Like we're doing our best. We're doing our best, and week
It-
4
it
will be
sounds
better
clear,
than week
though.
3.
that sounds so clear though. I'd love this.
It looks
We're getting
good.
there.
Listen,
Oh yeah,
we're getting
there. Slowly but surely.
Dude, the drone story that's insane though. Like I've seen drones.
Everybody
like,
forgot about
flying
the drones,
crazy.
man.
That's
That thing's
fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, so when you call in, whoever calls in next, just tell your story, like tell it all the way through because we got a little delay. So, you keep that number up, Desmond, but just tell it all the way through.
Oh, we got one.
I was just kind of hoping the drones would just pick us up. Take us
Who do we
away.
got now? I'm so curious.
We got
Spice it up a little bit.
all right, let's see. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Sick.
Yo, my name's Hayden. I probably sound super sick right now. My bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, I
It's
can hear
all
you guys.
good.
You good, bro?
What up, dude?
My story is that. Wait, does that have to be fishing?
No.
Okay. So one time me and my boys were out in like a neighborhood, so we thought it wasn't gonna be nothing. I see the biggest buck of my life. My bad. I see the biggest buck of my life, and it runs off into the woods. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, but whatever. Nothing I can do about it now. My boys kick me off the back of this golf cart, and I kid you not, this buck comes back out of the woods, standing on its hind legs, drooling and shit, like the most crazy shit I've ever seen. Started walking towards me. I started running. That's it.
I would have.
I left.
Wait. This buck stood on its hind legs drooling. Bro, when I say this too, I'm saying it like this because I believe you. I just
You know what
mean,
that's
like,
called, right? What? When
Like,
they're in the
when
heat
to
or
when to
something?
go.
What? No.
So
Yes.
that's the thing. I'm a little bit Native American, so I always grew up hearing stories about like the Wendigo, skinwalker, all that shit.
yep.
Yeah.
I never believed it,
Damn.
but like after that, always
I mean-
always been a little bit scared of the woods now.
Can you give us a little bit more detail? Like, you don't got to tell us exactly where you were.
But that's
like,
it. That's it. I've seen lights and shit in the woods a couple times too, but nothing crazy like y'all.
Like generally, where were you? Was there like a time of year, time of day, like moon phase? I'm just like,
But I was in Bradenton.
Oh, this is down here in
down
Florida.
here in Florida.
Yeah, down here in Florida.
Oh no.
Oh.
oh no, dude, because there's a lot of
Oh.
Yeah,
crazy.
I've been
native
on
history.
the river a couple times, like seeing some weird shit, but nothing crazy like up in like that.
Oh,
That's crazy.
What was the vibe? Was it like evil? Was it threatening? Like what was your reaction to this thing?
But that's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate the story or listening to the story.
We
Good
appreciate
man.
it too,
Thanks for
man.
calling in too, Harry.
Good man.
Wendigos in Bradenton is crazy.
Yeah, that's
no, but
absolutely.
it's not. But it's not. It's not crazy, bro.
I'm
It's
about to
not
get
crazy in
strapped.
Bradenton, dude. That
my
makes
gosh.
sense, dude.
I get it because it's like swamp and mangrove.
Well, based off of what you were finding in the ground, Johnny.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why
Hey, Kai, you know what that
we got
is?
another one.
but it's not crazy in Bradenton.
Hey, good afternoon, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can.
Yes, sir.
So this is I have a pretty crazy story. I was out with one of my boys in the backcountry. We were around like Marco Island area.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know, it was like 5:30 in the morning, and we're by this little creek, and we wanted to, check out this the spot for snook. The backwaters look really good. And as we're launching, I mean, there's no cars anywhere in sight. I mean, for miles. Plus, it's pitch black. I'm putting in the canoe in the water, and my buddy tells me that he sees someone or something like 40 yards away walk into the mangroves. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking tripping. I'm like, there's no way in hell somebody just did that. So I launched the canoe. We get in, and we're pushing through this creek. I mean, it's maybe, I don't know, maybe 6 feet wide, and we're covered over the top with mangroves. We're not able to paddle with trolling motor. We're just pulling through branches. And out of nowhere, we were still thinking about that. My buddy was telling me, he's like, dude, I swear to God, I said it was Bigfoot or somebody or something went into the mangroves, and they were standing. And I was like, dude, you're tripping, man. There's nobody out here. We're in the middle of nowhere, and it's like 5 a.m. And like an hour later, we're still pulling through the branches, and out of nowhere, we see a game cam. And there's not land anywhere nearby. It's just branches. And my buddy and I, we started looking at the game cam, and we're like, dude, what? We're like, who would even have a game cam out here in a creek? And as I go to touch the game cam, we just hear, I wouldn't touch that if I was you.
Oh, no.
And we both look to our left, and dude, there's just some fucking like 75, 80-year-old man dragging his kayak through. There's not a path in the mangroves. It's just like mangrove roots that are elevated. You can't even walk through there. I don't know how he made it there. And somehow he managed to get his kayak through there. And yeah, we just, that's pretty much just it. We were just kind of tripping out. My buddy thought it was Bigfoot. And then it was just this old man. He's shirtless.
Nah, that's
and
trippy,
for some
bro.
reason, he had a game cam out there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the fishing's not worth going back here. There's no oxygen in the water." And we're like, "What?"
Nah,
we're
he was trying to
super
gatekeep the
confused,
spot,
and then,
bro.
Yeah, no, and then as we pushed further, we realized he had like I don't know, this like super, like I don't even know what to call it. It wasn't even a floating like houseboat. It looked like it was just made out of plywood and put on like balloons on the bottom to float, and it was wedged in between mangrove roots and somehow floating. But that was pretty much it. I thought it was that's a very memorable story, and my buddy thought it was Bigfoot for a while, but we debunked it that same day.
Sounds like you met Florida man, bro.
You definitely met
The
Florida.
real Florida man.
There's some
Yeah,
interesting
man. I just
things
wanted
that
to
go down in the Everglades
Hope
out
you guys
there,
have a good
man.
night.
See
Yeah,
ya.
you too, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. I
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
the story.
That reminds me. I don't know if you guys remember, our mutual buddy Croy has this story about being, I think, almost 100 miles into the Everglades. If you know anything, but there's no way to get to where he's at by road and seeing a dude out there just walking. Just walking down the beach. 100 miles. Remember that? 100 miles into the Everglades.
I mean, I've seen like something crazy, like a dog, like it was like a smaller coyote or like a really like skinny coyote, like stalking me when I was fishing a spillway. But like I was out there like really late at night. It was in the middle of the summer, but that was freaky just because I kept hearing it, but I didn't know what was following me. But I don't know. I'm not really scared of coyotes because I feel like I could beat up a coyote. I think we could all beat up a coyote. No, wolf. Talking different, but I think we could all beat
No,
up a
not a
coyote.
wolf.
No,
I wonder if there are
You
still
gotta
wolves
pick
in
your battles.
Florida in general. Because, like,
I think so.
you think there's still a wolf in Florida? Do you think there's
Yeah.
still wild wolves in Florida?
I mean, the population is probably slowly dwindling down because we're tearing down habitat and stuff like that. But I think up in northern Florida, we probably do have a decent population.
But we know there's other big predatory creatures. One that you've seen, ain't that right, Johnny? Of the panther species.
Oh yeah, I mean, Desmond, you could put the number back up while I'm telling the story, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like anything else. Like they tell us there's 20 mating pairs of sandhill cranes, and meanwhile there's a million of them on the golf course. Like we don't,
There's a billion of
you
them.
can't listen to these biologists
They
when they
say
tell
that?
you a number.
They
And
say there's wait.
yeah,
They say
dude, they
there's
say
20 pairs of sandhill cranes.
look
There's like
up
50 of
Bro,
them
look
in
up
just
what
Land
the
Lakes.
biologists say for like sandhill cranes being endangered in the southeast. It's a joke. There's 25 mating pairs in Valrico, let alone like it's a joke.
Come on.
But
Just on State Road 54, there's 25 of them.
and that's the thing. It's like,
oh,
oh, we got a call. We'll let them take over the story
They
before
really
we get
good.
into it.
Sandhill cranes.
What's going on? How are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did I call the right number?
Yes, sir.
This is about like the craziest story, right? Is it like
Yes,
life?
sir.
Like
Yes. Welcome to the Ulo Pod.
Oh, okay. I was confused for a second. I was like, all right, bet. Okay, all right. So, pretty much, I got a pretty crazy story. So I was fishing this pond or this like smaller lake, and this dude offered for me to hop on his bass boat. So we're fishing, and we're skipping like Senkos up underneath these like trees that are hanging over. And I kid you not, we're up underneath this tree, and we probably like 5, 10, 20 feet away from it, and we hear like this like loud like creaking noise, and we like both turn around, and the tree is literally falling into the water, like right behind us, and then like it damn near almost hit this dude's boat. So I mean, it's pretty
Somebody was out
pretty
to get
crazy.
you, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dang.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to quick pop in real quick. So yeah, that's all I got for you.
Nice. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Calling in, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All righty, man. Y'all have a good night.
You know what?
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess like they were going to get a worm or something, and they pulled out, and the tree
just-
Oh, damn.
Yo, Kai, here I got one. Tell them about what you seen in Jersey that one time that your pops was telling you, like, ain't no way. And you were like, I seen it, and then it was on the news.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one.
They said there ain't alligators in New Jersey, but I saw one. I was out there with my
That's
pop.
not ridiculous to say. That's not
And a
ridiculous to
pond.
say at all.
Swear to God, around the corner from my house in Trenton, New Jersey, we out there. It was probably like October, November. Like it was pretty cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we out there, it is like leaves floating on top of the water. We out there carp fishing. And I'm sitting there waiting for a bite. And I see something moving out of the floating leaves that ain't a leaf. I'm like, that look like a motherfucking alligator. But we in New Jersey. I know there ain't no alligators up here, but I know what I'm seeing is real. I'm telling my dad, and sure enough, he looked at me like, boy, what is you smoking on? Ain't no goddamn alligators up here. And we didn't think nothing of it. Sure enough, a few days later, front page of the Trentonian, goddamn 3-foot alligator in that same pond.
Oh, so it's
that we was
confirmed
fishing.
then.
Yeah, somebody reported it, and it took them like 2 weeks to catch it, but they finally caught it, trapped it, and it was okay. But I guess somebody had released it into the pond.
Yeah, that's
right
not
there
ridiculous.
somehow. Somebody had a pet alligator.
I've heard some like reports of them being up in like Minnesota and crazy places too.
Yeah,
we
people
got
just be
one.
having them as pets, and then I guess they get too big, and they don't want to take care of them, and then they just
They do it for
release
monitors too. Hey,
Hello?
welcome into the pod.
Yeah,
Hello?
it's a big illegal
Hello?
pet tree down here in
Yeah,
Florida.
can you hear me?
I can hear you, Johnny.
There.
Eric.
Hey, how's it going? Who is this?
Hello.
Yeah. There's like a 6-second delay, so you gotta listen to the live to hear them. But I can
gotta
hear
listen
you.
to live thing, man?
Yeah. We can hear you, but you can't hear us. There's like a 6-second delay.
Wait,
Can
who
you hear
is
us?
it? Who
Fuck
is
that.
it?
I can
Who
hear
is
ya,
this?
I think.
Yeah, we're gonna get a better system down next week.
What's your name,
We're
man?
working on it.
Eric.
This is Eric?
Hi. Who is this?
Wait,
All
yo,
right.
Desmond, ask who it is. Ask who it is.
Yeah. Who is this, bro? I don't know if he can hear us. I can hear him. Can you hear me, man?
I
He's
can
got
I
it.
can hear you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. What's your name?
But Wetzel.
Oh, it's
Bill
Wetzel.
Wetzel, get out of
Bill!
here!
Whoa, welcome to the live, Bill.
What's up, man? I can barely hear you though. That's the
Oh,
problem.
yo, yo,
Johnny!
Bill Wetzel! Oh, dude.
Where's
What
Eric
up,
go?
Bill?
Wow.
Yo, Desmond,
Brother,
can you ask Bill
I
to
can
tell him
barely hear
tell us your craziest story? We're
tell us
listening.
your craziest story, man. I know you got one.
I got a fucking ton of stories, but I can't hear you guys, man.
Yeah, just tell it to us. We can hear
Tell
you.
it to the
But
pod.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm calling because of those star stories that Johnny and Eric were telling. And
Yep.
by the way, man, this is a great podcast.
Thank you. We appreciate that, man.
Thank you, Bill.
I can kind of hear you now. So anyway, regarding the star stories, back in 1996, I was out on a rock out in Montauk. I don't know if Johnny and Eric, I took them out to Montauk once, and I don't know if you remember, but on the south side, way to the right, is a place called Caswell. It's about a mile in there, and I'm out about like 100 yards out on a rock. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
you.
hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm up like 100 yards on a rock. It's a new moon. It's August. I've told this story before 100 times, so I don't know if I told it to them though. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's really calm. It's one of those nights where there's a million stars out, and the water, the ocean is like a lake. You know, it's just no waves, maybe like 1 foot sets coming in. And I'm looking at this star. It's a huge fucking star. It's out on the horizon. And I'm looking at this star. I'm like, wow, that's a fucking big star. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
All right, cool.
you. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this star, and I'm like, wow, that's a fucking big star. You know, I've never seen a star that big. And it's like casting its shadow over the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, the fucking star starts moving upward, you know? And I'm like thinking, you know, stars move, you know, they don't move, but the earth moves, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm fishing. I'm on this rock. Oh, it's on a 6 minute delay. So I'm on this rock, and the star moves up, and then it fucking falls down, and then it moves a little, and I'm watching it, and then it comes back up, and then it fucking free falls down, and it's doing this for hours. I'm watching the star the whole fucking night, right? And this is what prompted me to call, because they said it looked like a star. So did this look exactly like a fucking star. And at one point, the star it seemed like it was getting very close to me. It probably wasn't close at all, but I could see the colors. There was a red, there was a silver. I think there might have been a green in it or something else. And it was like flickering like a star would almost. And I remember I'm eating a power bar. I'm sitting on a rock. You got to realize I'm like 100, 150 yards out on an ocean, sitting on a rock. And I don't know if I had my wetsuit on. I don't know what I had on then. So I was going to leave, but I'm like, fuck, man, the bite's so good. I'm not leaving. Man, this is fucked up. The delay's fucked up.
Sorry. We're sorry about that.
We can hear you
perfectly.
So,
we can hear you perfectly.
So I got back out, and I'm watching a star, and eventually, as it got light. Like you know how that first light in the morning, like August, it might be like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. And it's just like that first hint of light.
Yeah.
And it started to go up and up and up. And as it's going up, there's this gold dot to my right-hand side. It's coming. It's moving from let's see, west to east. And I'm like, holy shit, something's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna pass this thing I've been watching all night, and something's gonna happen. So it comes right by that thing I've been watching the whole night, comes by me, and goes all the way to the lighthouse, which was at least probably 1.5 miles away. You could see the lighthouse from where I was standing out on the rock. Gets to the fucking lighthouse, the gold dot does it, stops, and then it just goes back and forth like fucking fast, and then shoots up like a rocket up into the sky. I was like, what the fuck was that? I just couldn't believe it. And then the thing I was watching the whole night, as it got lighter and lighter, just kept on going up and up and up until I couldn't see it anymore. So, you know, by the time it got light, I'm just like, I'm thinking, man, what should I do? Should I call the Coast Guard? No, they're gonna think I'm nuts. I'm not fucking calling the Coast Guard. So I didn't do that. And I'm watching. I'm walking back, and I see this dude, Bronco Bill. Bronco Bill is one of the Montauk regulars out there. I go, Bill, man, did you see that shit last night? Did you fish last night? I explained it to him. He's like, oh, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking nuts. And when he said that, I'm like, there's no way I'm going like to the Coast Guard or anything. And I really didn't tell the story until years later, you know. But I mean, I saw a lot of shit out there, but that's just one thing I saw. But anyway.
There's something going on in Jersey
guys,
because I'm hearing a lot of freaking UFO stories, man. There's something going on in Jersey.
Ask Bill, was the gold?
Anyway, man, I can't hear you guys. I'll let you go. Johnny, give me a call later.
All right. I appreciate you, Bill.
I'll call you this week, Bill. We got a lot to talk about, it sounds like. Like Bill, so
Dennis, keep the line up.
Yeah, you can keep the line up, Desmond, so we get another call in. Yeah. But yeah, so first of all, couldn't be more grateful to have run into Bill Wetzel. That's just one of those like full circle ULO life moments that like
unbelievable.
We got connected to Bill Wetzel through high school baseball.
Holy shit.
I mean, not fishing. Yep. And Bill he's one of the greats. I mean, like top 5 all time. If you ask me, it's like Bill, Ike and Ellie, ULO for me, to be honest. Like, I don't really know if there's anyone else. Maybe Jeremy Wade. Like you throw
ghetto fishing, the original ghetto fishing, not
ghetto fishing Canada.
No.
I know.
The original ghetto fishing.
Ghetto fishing
Canada.
Don't
know about that.
Bill Wetzel, Mike Iaconelli, ULO, Jeremy Wade. Like that's top 5. Bill's told me a few crazy stories out there, but he's also like always kept me personally in check. Like, yo, you guys smoke too much. Like, shut the fuck up, Johnny. Like, you're retarded. And I'm like, yeah, like, I know, but at the same time, the stars are falling. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. That's like, insane. Bill is out there every night, and he's out there every night in Montauk. And the thing about Montauk that's particularly special is it literally sticks further out into the Atlantic than like pretty much anywhere else on the East Coast. And there's something special about the way the energy converges around the tip of Montauk. And like, I think people understand who fish a lot. Like, some of fishing is biological. Like you can kind of trace maybe like the way bait migrates, or like, you know, bass are going to spawn in this particular moon phase with this particular temperature. But ultimately, a lot of fishing is energy dependent. Like where there's bigger energy, there's bigger fish. And you see that in Florida at, for example, like Sebastian Inlet. Like you can't really explain why Sebastian is so productive compared to the 100 other inlets on the East Coast, except that like there's just more energy there. And Montauk is the epitome of energy on the East Coast. And the stories go way beyond fishing in Montauk. I mean, we're talking cryptids, the Montauk monster. We're talking what is it called? Camp Hero. Like literally
Long
Stranger
Island?
Things was based around Montauk. And Bill's out there every freaking night for 30, 40 years. And, this is a dude who's a straight shooter, but he's seen some freaking things, man. First of all, stokes that Bill's part of the program. Thanks for calling in. Desmond, you could put the number up while I'm talking.
We got a call? Sounds like we got a
But
call.
on the other hand, man, just like crazy stuff going on. We got another call coming in, I think.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Des?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Decent. I popped in late. I might have missed it, man. I know Kai shared his alligator story. Has Eric shared his story? Has Johnny shared their story?
Yeah, they shared theirs. Yeah.
Man, was Eric's the turtle?
Yes, it was.
Man, I'll have to scroll back. I'll have to check it out because Johnny told me a little bit about it while we were fishing one night, and I've been so intrigued.
Oh, who is this?
Is that Dave?
This is the Finesser.
What up, Dave? I knew that was Dave.
What's up, bro? You got one?
Man,
you got anything?
you know I'm
see
down
anything
for a
out there or
rabbit hole,
what?
man.
Man, yeah, tell us a story, man. Tell us a crazy story.
It's so crazy. I called just in time because Johnny was talking about the energy. So I don't have any Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster shit, but in my profile picture, in the picture of me holding that flathead, that same spot. So it's in the absolute boonies, like way up a nasty river, like nobody around, just wood, native lands. Like it's actually like native. Johnny knows about those type of areas. I need to get into artifact hunting and stuff. I'm gonna talk to him about that big time this year. But basically, this area is just a hot spot for it. I'm getting like goosebumps talking about this right now. Cool. Dude, I fish this spot all the time. Like I drive up the river in my boat, anchor up. It's like a 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's all night. Basically, I've been there a lot of times before and after this. But I pulled up, started fishing. It was like I was only there for like 45 minutes. I think it wasn't even like the middle of the night. It was like 10 p.m. There was just something about it. Like the energy was just off. Like I said, I've done this so many times, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm like a rookie. No, I was out there a lot, and like just this night, it was so weird, dude. I drove all the way up there, anchored up, casting my baits out, all that. Long story short, nothing actually happened, but I was dealing with some stuff for like a whole hour, like looking around in the woods, like on edge, like never ever felt like I've been watched like that ever in my life. But like I basically, dude, I got up out, I left. I reeled up my rod, went back to the truck, like put my boat on the truck and left. That's the only time I've ever literally been scared of a spot. And like I said, long story short, nothing even happened, but I've never felt like that in my life. And I have no idea what it was.
Yeah, good for you for falling.
And it wasn't even like, oh, I felt like it for a little bit and got out of there. I tried to let it pass. Like I tried. I wanted to fish, and it got bad, dude. I had to get out of there. But that's the only weird story I have. And I've been back there before after that, and it never gave me that feeling. But that night, dude, it was so weird.
Gotta follow that feeling.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
kind of all I got. But I just wanted to know if Eric shared his story. I gotta scroll back and listen to that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty insane.
Oh my God.
Well, hey, we appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all keep at it.
All right,
appreciate
man. Talk to you
you,
soon.
David.
You know,
That's an
See ya.
interesting one. I remember a time that Kai and myself were at a spot that Johnny, you had been to with us as well, up there in upstate, if you will. On the point, the smallmouth. Remember when we were catching all the smallmouth out there? This is pre-Florida. But Kai and I went back there We went back there, just me and him. It was
Wait,
me
are
and-
you talking about the spot with the salamander bite?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So just a quick preface, because like, just so we talk a little fishing, like we went back there. This is upstate New York, late October. And wow, this spot has a lot of spiritual elements. Because I'm
A
sorry, I
lot.
didn't even mean to cut off your story. I thought this
No,
was
it's
going to be
okay. No, it's
a
fine.
quick
Yeah.
interruption. But just a quick preface into like the first time we all fished this spot together. This is early Uncle Larry Outdoors, like maybe like the first year of the
First year.
existence
It
of
was
the page.
it was November. It was November of 2020 to be specific.
Yes,
So it
yes.
was
And
not
Uncle
long
Larry
before we
Outdoors
moved
had
to Florida.
started like December of 19.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, you know, Eric was dialed in on these Binsky bites and things like that. But one thing that I saw when I was there was a newt hatch. And there was a newt hatch, and there were like thousands, hundreds of thousands of these
Yeah, like this
orange
big.
newts. And
Newts.
like I finally started catching them at the end of the day, because I was still only throwing the ultralight at the time on a bright orange Ned rig, imitating these newts out of the rocks. But I'll never forget, I was working in New York City and I didn't have a car. And anytime I fished, it was with Eric or Kai or like the immediate Uncle Larry's crew. And I was going from 9 to like, 50, 60-hour New York City corporate weeks to like the most insane Catskill spots imaginable back to the city. And one of the things I always struggled with was Friday night going to sleep before Saturday morning needing to meet these guys somewhere at 4 a.m. And I just remember always feeling like such a disconnect, not from like you guys personally, but just from like being in Hell's Kitchen on 9th Avenue in Manhattan to the Catskills at 4 a.m. Like it was so hard. And
like
I
two separate
remember that
worlds.
particular night before we went and fished that spot for the first time.
You're right. Yes. Holy shit.
I think I
You
told
just-
you about it at the gas
No,
station.
okay, listen, before you even go forward, this is funny. This is funny because there's a video of these 2 days on the Uncle Larry's page. And in the first part of the video, Johnny's in it. And we're talking about how you're like Derrick Rose. Like you break your ankle, but you still are going to come out there and give him 15 and 10 or whatever.
Dude, and
that's because I remember whatever you had done the night before in the city had led you to this point now, walking out onto this peninsula in the middle of nowhere, 3 hours away.
And I remember when I snapped into reality, it was in a gas station before sunup up there in the Catskills. And I don't even really remember how I got to the Catskills from Midtown Manhattan. And I don't remember what I had done that Friday night before, but it probably wasn't good. But what I do remember was being in bed, and I'll never forget, and this has stuck with me. We even brought this up last podcast. Fish and Weed, one of Kai's boys, Trenton area. He told us repeatedly, your thoughts are not your own. Like, pretty much like, be humble. Whatever you think is just you receiving and manifesting, but you did not create the thought. The thought is from God, from the greater world, the greater universe. And I'll never forget that night we went to that spot in the Catskills, laying in bed, and all of the answers coming to me. Like my eyes closed, pattern recognition just like flooded with information. Just like, this is what's going on. Humble yourself. You are nothing, because I always feel like that's nihilistic, and it's not nihilistic. It's literally the opposite. Like, we're very
You're a
important.
small part of something.
But like, I just remember this feeling like when we went out to that spot, like I couldn't even focus on the fishing because I was still seeing the patterns and hearing the voices from the night before. Like that sounds so general, but it's so true. Like, and then I saw the newts in the rocks. And when I saw the newts in the rocks, I took a walk with this orange Ned rig and started catching them. And you guys are off a different point with the Binskies catching them. And there was just something about that spot where the energy and like all the stories and the experience converged.
Yeah.
All right, and now we have a call. This is perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, perfect segue.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, do I have the right number?
Yes, sir. You do. Welcome to the pod, man.
Oh, what's up? So I've got like two stories pretty much.
All right.
Sweet.
So like I've been fishing, like I do like a lot of fishing, like in like west, I'd say like up towards like Lake Ontario in New York, and I go down to Florida all the time. So I've got like one for New York and like one for Florida. And so the first one, there's like a certain really big river in New York. I think Eric fished it for like big ass lake trout. I don't want to name it, but like it's like a really big ass river. And so I'm like hooked up to like this like a really big lake trout, and I almost fall in, and it's like I felt somebody like grab me and like pull me back, and like I would have fallen in. Like it was such a weird. This was last year. And then another one where I was fishing like in the Chokoloskee area in Florida, and this is kind of like not a weird creepy story. This is kind of like a funny one. Not funny, but I felt bad for the guy. And I'm fishing like one of the canals, like just off the side of like the road. And dude like was like unloading kayaks for like a kayak like company or whatever. And the poor guy stepped in like a pile of fire ants, and he was freaking out, dude. I felt so bad.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the worst
brutal.
experiences
I
you
felt
can have.
so bad. But yeah, those are like two of like my craziest recent stories from like.
Hey, well, I appreciate that, man. That's sick.
Yeah, man.
Calling in, dog.
Absolutely. You guys take care and tight lines.
All righty.
Yo,
See
thank
you,
you,
bro.
bro. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Fire ants, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh,
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, this is Juliana. And yeah, no, I was just calling in because Johnny and I, Mr. Uncle Larry there, we were kayaking and paddleboarding in Florida to this one spot. It was actually a Native American fort back in the day. And we're doing a little fishing, we're doing a little like artifact hunting, looking for like agatized coral and stuff. And we get up to the fort and we're walking around, and just kind of like a couple callers ago, like sometimes he called and said how he just got like a weird feeling like walking through the woods. We kind of had like a similar feeling. So we're walking around this fort and we follow this like path. It wasn't even a path, it was just like a clearing. And we find this like old fire pit. And, you know, we thought it was just kind of odd, like the placement, because, you know, the fort was kind of not locked down, but it was definitely closed. It wasn't like running or anything. And we're walking around, we find some agatized coral, and out of nowhere, we hear this loud screech. Like it wasn't even a scream. It was just this like blood curdling screech. Johnny and I just stop in our tracks, and we decided to just get out of there. And I'm Native American too, so I totally believe in like the Wendigo, the skinwalker. And when you hear stories of the screech, like the one thing you're supposed to do is just get out of there. And yeah, we hightailed it out. It was terrifying.
Jeez.
that just gave me chills.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
Well,
right?
Because I know what you're
Well,
saying.
it was crazy. But yeah, good job on the podcast, guys, and keep it up.
Thanks.
And I love the cryptid stories tonight.
Sick.
Thanks,
Really
Julie.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Julie.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
so
problem.
much, Julie.
yeah.
See ya.
So I could speak to that story a little bit because and I think Kai knows the area of the river we're talking about.
Another one.
We got another one coming in. Let's take the call.
Sick. Let's call him back.
We got him on the line.
Can you hear us?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, man? What's your name?
I'm Cameron. I'm buddies with the Fish Genie.
Nice.
Hey, Fish Genie, what up, brother?
Fish Genie.
That's his boy.
All right.
Yep.
Nice. Tell us your crazy story, man. Tell us your cryptid.
So I got a skinwalker story for y'all.
Ooh.
Okay.
Back-to-back skinwalker story.
Back-to-back skinnies.
Gotta prepare for this.
Oh yeah. All right. So my buddy and I were on a road trip in southern Utah on the Navajo reservation. That's like prime skinwalker country if you all know anything about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up driving about 10 miles down a dirt road, and we set up camp in the mouth of a little canyon, let's say early evening. And another family ended up setting up camp pretty close to us. Nothing else really happened through the evening. And then in the middle of the night, we heard that other family start packing up their camp, and they sounded panicked. They were yelling. Eventually, they ended up speeding out of there. I'm talking gravel flying, like they got out of there with the quickness. Everything was dead quiet after that point. There really wasn't any noise. Then we started hearing footsteps circling our tent in the sand, along with some heavy breathing. And the breathing was almost matching ours. When we would stop breathing, it would stop as well.
Jeez. It's like it was hunting you.
That lasted for... What's that?
It's like it was hunting you or something.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of playing mind games with us, it felt like.
Sheesh.
After about a half hour, that all kind of stopped. I ended up getting out of the tent to go to the bathroom. I walked a few yards from the tent into the canyon. And as my eyes adjusted, I saw a dark figure squatting on a rock just out of my line of sight. At that point, me and my buddy were so terrified. We just got back in the car and just waited hours until daylight.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh.
What the hell? I'm freaked out.
I've spent some.
I got one more quick one for you guys if you want to hear that.
Yeah,
one.
please, yes, continue.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
All right, I got you. So this one comes from the crazy mountains in Montana. The story of how those mountains got their name is absolutely insane. There's a few different legends, but the one I've heard the most is a family had a homestead in the mountains, and this is on the Crow. This is a Crow Indian country, all right? So this family gets killed by some Crow warriors, and they leave only the wife. When they end up coming to the homestead for her, she kills, I heard about 5 warriors, all by herself with nothing but a tomahawk. And they say she was cackling the whole time while she did it. So they called her the crazy woman. So they said, we'll call the mountains the crazy mountains. So people have had all kinds of weird experiences up in there. People have gone missing and never been found. So I wanted to go there and kind of check it out for myself, as one does.
Yeah.
So I went up and did a little fishing trip in there. But the first night at my camp, some weird stuff started happening. I was sleeping in my car. And in the middle of the night, I heard footsteps walking around my car, circling, kind of like similar to the other story I already told. And I ended up going to the bathroom, leaving the car, walking a couple yards away from it, and my car door shut on the other side of the car where I couldn't see. So I get back in the car, and eventually I start seeing this flashing light bouncing through the trees as I'm sitting there. And that's pretty much that story.
What do you think it was?
I couldn't tell you, man. The more I try to figure it out, the more I get confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such many cases.
Yeah, right.
I got the
All right,
heebie-jeebies.
man. Well, we appreciate that. Thanks, man.
No, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely. Love what you guys are doing.
Yo,
Johnny,
thank you
good,
for calling in
bro?
with those
Yes,
because
Take care.
Thank
listen,
you for calling in, guy.
we wouldn't
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
this episode of the podcast if we didn't like believe in this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's really amazing hearing people call in with their stories because, and I know some of these people who've called in and like, these aren't people who share their stories unless they're real. Yo,
Yeah.
you could put the number up, D, while we're talking.
Yeah, we had somebody from Florida call, and I'm gonna call them back because they called in a couple times.
Okay, yeah. Lock them in.
Hello?
Please leave your message for
Oh, wait, no,
3057.
Hey, welcome to the pod.
Hello?
Hello?
3057.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, hi.
Sick. Welcome to the pod. Tell us your story.
What's up? So basically, me and my friends were we were fishing like this little like illegal place. Like no one really is allowed to fish there, but we go anyway because there's a ton of snook there. So it's just awesome. We were just fishing there for like a good hour, like doing what we do always, and like there's like these rumors of like this like homeless crazy dude just like walking around there, like it's no one's business. So basically, when we found this out, like we kind of got a little scared, but there were like a bunch of snook there, so we just kept going anyways. And we literally pulled up to the spot, and this dude had a freaking shopping cart, and he was like staring at us, and he had like something with rabies in that shopping cart.
Like an animal?
And yeah, and he like released it, and it was so weird. Like I can't even like explain it. It was just so weird. Oh my god.
Sheesh.
And
Did you catch the
I
snook?
get really scared talking about it.
Did you catch the snook?
Yeah, I ended up actually catching one on a throwback baits. I got a mullet color for that.
Nice.
Sick.
Nice. That's
awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my story.
Crazy. Well, hey, we appreciate that, man. That's sick.
Wait, but like, what kind
Thank you
of
to-
animal was it?
Yeah,
What
thank
kind
you
of
to
animal?
Kai and Eric for putting me on those.
He said thank you, Kai, for putting them on those.
We
What
got
animal
you,
do you
big
think it
dog.
was?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a rabbit, iguana,
rabbit,
dog.
Rabbit iguana dog.
What's
this?
Well, we
What's
appreciate
this kid's
man.
name?
Yeah,
All
what's
right.
your name, kid?
Yeah, my name's Theo.
Theo.
But
All right, Theo.
most people call me Thunder Theo.
Thunder Theo. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Can you
That's
can
hard.
you leave your handle in the chat?
Yeah,
Leave
leave
your
your
handle in the
Instagram
chat.
handle in your chat, bro.
Yeah, he's
All right.
winning something.
I will.
We're giving that kid
All right,
something.
kid. Well, we appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
See ya.
I'll put
Take
it in
it
the
easy,
Instagram. See ya.
Yo, so D, throw the number up in case we
Dude,
get
I'm
another
so glad
call.
we called him back.
But
That was
Yeah,
great.
she's by a rabbit.
My name's Theo, but they call me Thunder.
Thunder Theo.
Thunder Theo with the rabbit. Rabbit
Doing what
homeless.
we always do.
Thunder Theo getting thumped on throwback.
Sounded a little bit like the Arapaima type deals that we've been rolling into, which listen,
That kid runs around with Noah for sure.
yeah, for sure. He sounded like Noah. I thought it was Noah.
No,
but the thing is,
Noah's not that well spoken.
yeah, but now Noah's
We got
like
one.
26, right? Like,
Yeah,
we got a
yeah.
call
And he's
coming
still
in.
very short. He's still very short with his
Hey.
words. I called him the other day.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, welcome to the pod, man. What's your name?
What's going on? Corey Leisure.
Corey Lever.
Leisure.
Oh, Leisure. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Corey.
nice,
What
nice.
up, Corey?
Hey, man, tell us
You got
your cryptid story.
All right, so we didn't even get a chance to go fishing. We had the whole day set up, but this is going to get a little witchy. So I don't know if you guys are cool with those kind of stories, but
I try to stay away from them, but this is something that happened to me, so I just want to make sure.
If it happened, it
I
happened,
gotta
bro.
share it.
If it happened, you share it.
So I had a buddy that I grew up with. He had a twin brother. So they had Davey and you had Kyle.
Okay.
And Davey and Kyle were twins, and they had a mother that they told me practiced witchcraft. And I was more friends with Davey. Davey was a really good fisherman. We really spent a lot of time together. Well, you can have twins and you can have two different personalities.
Yeah.
So me and Davey hit it off. Kyle, not really the cool brother. Just not vibing. So me and Davey was planning his 22nd birthday fishing trip. The night before he comes over to my house, he's acting very nervous. And he's telling me my mother's a witch. She does witchcraft. And she's told me on my 22nd birthday that something's going to change in my life. That when I was a baby, my mom did something, a ceremony to switch me and my brother's spirits to make us completely, different into different bodies. And I'm thinking he's crazy. Like, even me telling you guys this, it just sounds crazy. But it's my friend. It's my best friend telling me this. So I'm hearing him out. So his 22nd birthday is the next day. He's at my house, kind of just not really feeling it. I'm like, all right, man, that's all right. That's all right. Whatever you're feeling, we'll get through it. That night, we're going to sleep. We have a wading trip in the morning to go wading. And all of a sudden, my boy gets out from my couch and walks outside into my front yard and just starts walking down the road. And I'm yelling for him, Davey, where are you walking? Where are you going? Why are you just walking away? Out of nowhere, I see a green light flash across the sky, and Davey hits the ground. And I'm right now just shaking thinking about it. Like a green orb shot across the sky, he hit the ground. I run down the street and I grab him. And the way he looked at me, it's like he never saw me before. Like he didn't even know who I was. So I grabbed him. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's going on? He stood up and took off running. Couldn't find him, dude. I'm telling you, jumping over fences, running in people's backyards, just dipped out. Get in my truck. I can't find him anywhere. Well, the next morning, I can't go fishing. I got to go find Davey. So I go to his mom's house, knock on the door. His mom answers, says, he's here, never come around again. And I've never saw him again.
What the?
And then,
no words, bro.
Just going a little further into it. Few years later, my sister runs into him and starts talking to him, and she tells me he acts like his other brother. And now Kyle, the other brother that never fished before, that never did any of those activities, likes to fish, likes to do the things that Davey used to do, and now Davey is doing the things that Kyle used to do. Like they switched back into their original bodies that they were born into, and their egos went back to where they were, just like his mom said would happen when he turned 22. So I don't know. That's my only crazy experience. And we couldn't go fishing the next day, so I'm still pissed off about it. But I hope bless him and wherever he's at
bro,
today.
safe. Oh my gosh.
Free Davey, wherever he at, man.
Yo,
free Davey.
Yo, free that dude, bro.
Did you just start fishing with Kyle after that?
Yeah, even talking about it when I tell people it's like I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. But I had people with me. My wife was with me. She saw the green light too in the sky. She's seeing him hit the ground. So, the fact my wife still backs me up and tells me like what you saw was what you saw. And, that's why I tell the story still.
Wait a minute. This zip code did this happen in Tampa?
Yeah. This is Basta Flats. This is Corey Leisure.
That's our, we know him, Desmond. He lived around the corner from us.
Eric knows who I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened in Tampa. This happened straight up, in Brandon, 2012.
Corey, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, we were hit. This is when we were supposed to hit Piney Point and wade Piney Point the next day, and I couldn't go. I had to go find my boy, and he's not the same boy no more. So,
wow.
That's why you got to stay away from that stuff. That's why I stay away from that stuff.
Dude, Jesus Christ is the Savior.
Lord, witchcraft.
Yeah, for real. Because Man.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone I tell that story to has the same reaction, but it you know, like I said, the only reason I still say it and tell people it is because I had witnesses with me that saw exactly what I saw, and that's why I still believe that stuff's real, man. That spirit stuff and the those energies, you never know, man.
I believe right on, Corey.
I believe it because like that's why some of this stuff is so close for
Y'all
us.
speechless, huh?
Is because like what I've seen Kai saw that night, or what I saw Eric saw, and if not for that shared experience,
all right. Well,
we
y'all
would
have a
feel
good night. I
crazy.
just want to hit you with that crazy one.
Oh no, Johnny was saying he could believe that would happen because that's insane. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you
Yeah,
calling.
the fact growing up with him and he telling me, I knew him all the way when he was about 20. So we had 2 or 3 years of talking about this, and he kept telling me, man, I don't know why my mom keeps telling me, get ready for your 22nd birthday. I'm just letting you know things are going to change for you. Things are going to be
Prepping
different.
for that is crazy.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. And the fact that when I went to his house and his mom was like, he's here, he's safe, just don't come around no more. And then I couldn't really see him no more. But then I hear from people that they're just completely, their personalities are swapped. Now they both act like they used, opposite from each other. So,
dude, hey, we appreciate you sharing this with us, dude. That's insane.
Yep. But all right, y'all. I love what y'all doing. Podcast number 3 is great.
All right. Yeah, thanks, bro.
I'll see y'all around.
All right.
Holy smokes, dude.
Smokes, bro.
Thankfully, my mom didn't practice witchcraft.
No, because there's something
My
real
brother
about
get
that.
God forbid my brother get my fishing skills, man.
Wait. I seen something about an animal sacrifice. Whoever that is, call in right now because that's wild. We need to hear about
Somebody
this.
said what?
Animal sacrifice.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god, yo, whoever that is, call in right now. Hold on, I'm putting the number up.
Oh my god.
Who is that, bro?
Call
Call in right now, whoever that is, bro.
Hey, so while we're waiting on that, first of all,
oh, shout out my grandma. My grandma's in it. She's watching. Wow.
She's in here?
Yeah, my grandma. Shout out Grammy. Papa.
Shout out. Yeah, so while we're waiting on that call in, like when I was playing baseball, I played indie ball and pro ball in Sweden, and there was some real witchcraft in those woods out there. People sharing the witchcraft with me. And I heard similar stories. I don't know the reason behind them, but I do remember, though, in terms of shadow people, Eric and I shared a story that reminded me.
You just gave me chills, man. Okay, you know what's funny? I forget we were with someone else and we were talking about stories like this. And then later on, I remembered this one and I was like, why didn't I tell that one? That's the craziest one out of all of them, potentially. That is one of the creepiest things. That might be the creepiest
I'm
things
just
that
curious,
happened.
before I get into the details of the story, has anyone ever have you ever shared that story and people have been like, oh yeah, I kind of get what you're talking about?
No, all right, so again, let me tell you, the funny thing about it is I don't share that story often. I think subconsciously I put that one in the back of my mind because that one was particularly unnerving.
Last question before I get into it. You had the experience where you walked to the woods that weekend, right? By yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
That house. Listen.
Okay. Well, that was what was weird is when we both kind of digressed and both had the same experience of staring into the woods. So Eric and I were working for this baseball team. Shout out East Coast Lumberjacks. Kept Uncle Larry Outdoors afloat. By the way, call in, interrupts me at any time. We could share this story any week, but
yeah, for sure.
So we're in upstate New York outside of Cooperstown, which is, a beautiful place. Cooperstown's amazing, but dense energy, like dense woods, starry nights, dark trees. And I remember we were up there with the coaches, and one of the coaches was staying with the kids at the Cooperstown Resort. And Eric and I would film and interview the kids during the day, and in the afternoon go fishing. And at night we'd hang out and have a fire and have a smoke and play some video games. And it was just, honestly, it was just a great week. Like, it was a great place to stay. But we were in the middle of the woods in upstate. And one night, I remember we did all that, and I was asleep on the couch. Eric had a bedroom, and one of the coaches had a bedroom. And I fell asleep. And Eric and I had a great day fishing. For the ULO people tuned in for fishing, we like discovered this wild brown trout spot. There were like giant 20-pound carp everywhere. There was a weird wall with a retention pond that had a ton of 3 to 4 pound smallmouth in it. Like, just a weird, full of life place in the woods. And we're playing Halo ODST till like 1 a.m. every night. Sick game.
That's the goated Halo, bro.
Goated game. But it has that energy to it, that's the energy. That's the only reason I bring it up. And we all go to bed, and there was 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and the living room in this house we're staying in. And so like when it came to midnight, like there were 3 guys trying to use 1 bathroom. So, the coach, I'm kind of half asleep, and I kind of like wake up at 1 a.m, like I got to take a piss. And I look down the hallway. I'm like in my bed, and I'm on the couch, and I look down the hallway, and there's the 2 bedrooms on either side of the hallway. And I see somebody go into the bathroom, and there's someone right on the edge of the couch. And like, I remember thinking, okay, the coach is in the bathroom, and Eric's waiting to go in the bathroom, and he's standing at the end of the couch. And like, but it was weird because I was like, why is he looking down on me? Like, I could see the silhouette of a man, but like, why is he like standing right at the end of where I'm sleeping at 1 a.m, staring at me? And so I'm like, yo, Eric. Doesn't respond. Yo, Eric. Doesn't respond. Then I scream it. I'm like, yo, Eric, what the fuck, bro? And then from down the hall in the bathroom, I hear Eric go, bro, what's going on? But with this voice where like he could tell I was serious. And then the shadow like went away. And I was like, oh, that wasn't Eric?
That was not Eric, no.
Yeah.
And
all right. So all I remember, and this is why it was so jarring and weird to me at the time, because we talked about this the day after. But from my perspective, here's what happened. I'm in the hallway in the bedroom, and you wake up at like 2 a.m. randomly to go take a piss.
Yo.
Right? So that's what happens. I literally just
I can hear you
eyes
guys.
open.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How we doing, you guys?
What's going on? Let's let Eric finish his story real quick, and then
No, we're good. The call's good. Let's
Yeah,
do the call.
definitely.
Okay, no, never mind. Let's tell your story, man. What's your name?
This is Boobla Jones Fishing, man. It's good to talk to you guys.
Yo, what up, Boobla? Thank you for the constant support,
Yes,
bro.
sir. I just wanted to add on to Joe's story about paranormal activity. One time, I was with my ex-girlfriend, and like she lived in Tampa. It was like in this like older kind of complex, and dude, one time like I was brushing my teeth, and I just see like this like I swear to God, it was so weird. It was like this like little girl in a white dress like run by me. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, her name was Mason. I was like, Mason, like, are you good? Like, where you at? And she's in a whole different room, bro. And like, I could just totally feel that energy from his story of like, holy fuck, like, did I just run into something actually crazy, bro? Because like,
that shit had me fucked up for a couple weeks after that, bro.
Holy hell. Jeez. Oh my
Fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Excuse me.
This is funny.
But how you guys doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. There's a bit of
I'm
a delay.
scaring myself straight after all these
Yeah.
stories.
Oh, you're all good, bro. I'm playing 2K, just listening into you guys. You guys are always killing it. Love listening into the pod. I respect what everyone does. Yo, Kai, get back to me on those. I'm trying to go fishing with you, bro.
Bro.
Answer my
Let's
DMs.
try it.
I can't lie. Grant Jones won. I've been trying to hit you up for ages.
Hit the DM, bro. We can make it happen.
He's gonna shoot your DM, man.
All right, bet. But other than that, bro, yeah, I just want to check in, say what's up to the pod, and yeah, just pay you guys your respects. Congratulations to Kai being a father, and to everyone else, dude. You guys are awesome.
Sick.
Thank you, dog.
We appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
man.
bro.
Right
Have
on,
a good
bro.
night, you guys.
See ya.
You too, bro.
That's
Man.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I mean, I listen. That shadow story was easily the most unnerved I've ever felt. Just real quick,
That's
like
insane.
I woke up at 2 a.m. to take a piss. I went to go take a piss. So here's the thing, right? So Johnny talks about how he's like, he looks up and he's like, oh, maybe Eric's waiting for the bathroom. First of all, the bathroom is farther down the hall than the bedrooms. So I have to go out and go further away from where Johnny's even at. So I'm nowhere even close to Johnny, right? And it's a dark hallway. So I go out and take a piss. I take a piss. I come back out and I just hear it from all the way down the hallway. And I don't even know if you fully remember, Johnny, because like you're delirious too, probably. But you go,
I was like half asleep. Yeah.
no, you go, yo, are you good? And I just remember being like, yeah.
Yeah, and
then
I heard you say yeah, confused.
And
from
then
down the hall.
and then I went into my room, and I just remember like laying back down and just feeling like, why did he ask me that? How did he even see me? Why? Like I was just so unbelievably confused. And then it turned out there was a shadow person standing over him, so that's why it was a confusing situation. But that really happened too. That was crazy. That was a really, really strange one.
Is this?
It was a
DTM
strange
fishing?
one because like I was saying, yo, you good to somebody, but not to Eric. And then I heard Eric responded to me from far away, like, yeah. And then it was weird because like Eric could feel that same energy. And in the morning, we were like, what was that? And the next night, this was another weird part about it. Like the next night, I felt this calling to like confront it. And like I remember walking out of the cabin the next night and going to the edge of the road and the woods and staring into the blackness as if I was like looking it in the eye, like, yo, like I'm not scared, but I won't go any further because this is dangerous. And I told Eric I did that. And then I remember Eric telling me, yo, I did the same thing. And that was what was weird. It was like we were both tempted into the woods. And that was fucking crazy. So anyways. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Eric? Like, do you walk to the edge of the woods and
The
stare
day
into
we
the
got
darkness?
we got there. You picked me up at the Buffalo airport because you were like, I don't even know where to begin when explaining half this stuff. You know, I really don't. But yeah, you picked me up. You were on your way from Montana, and you picked me up in Buffalo, and we got to the Airbnb at like 2 a.m. And you went straight inside, but as I tend to do, you know, I'm gonna hang around outside a little bit. Maybe have me a puff, look around. But the same thing happened. I ended up walking straight to the tree line. It was a very distinct woods tree line, and I sat there. I stared into the woods, and I've never felt more of like a don't walk further, you know. And woods are extremely interesting. I think this has been a podcast where we've talked a lot about energy, And I think, there's a reason why a lot of this stuff, the lore of a lot of this happens around woods and with woods. When you think about it, trees are incredibly old, right? And my big thing with whether you talk about ghosts or cryptids, or whatever, one thing that I think is true is energy is retained by the environment around you. And I think when you're dealing with trees, when you're dealing with these things that are hundreds of years old, when you think about it, whatever those trees have seen, that's retained in whatever form, not one that I could sit here and describe to, or any of us really, but just the fact that the woods hold so much of that, I think you feel a lot of different things when you're walking around in them. And I know we've all felt that, whether it's positive, neutral. Like I remember one time me and Jake, we both stepped foot into this river, the one we're talking about, and the second we stepped foot, we looked at each other. It's like, damn, do you feel that? And it was real. And it was not something that's just visceral or like, yeah, you feel the energy, man. Like, no, like very tangible, right? And the same goes for negative things that happen. And a lot of those things do happen in the woods. So whatever was happening in those woods, I've never felt it stronger, on the negative side. So that's just, it's interesting how that all works. But the trees in the woods hold a lot of that stuff. You'll notice around.
So real quick, just for everyone still tuning in, we're going to do kind of last calls. We're going to put up the number, last couple calls. If you want to be, if you're interested in the ULO pod, supporting the boys week to week, we were doing some pretty sick giveaways so far. We got the waterproof scum frog bag full of baits, full of worms, full of frogs, full of rats. We got the bass rat hat. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Just drop any super chat just to let us know you're here. You're in the running for that. Last couple weeks, man, we gave away a pen reel. We gave away a glide bait. In the future, we might even give away fishing trips. Who knows? We might be giving away boats. I mean, just show you support, show the support, show the
That would be
love.
insane.
But listen, we also all understand, man, times is hard, and you might not got cash. So just drop any amount of love, man. We'll try and shout it out. We got the number up. Final call-ins. Share your stories. Here we go. We got a story. Let's get a story.
Hey, welcome to the pod. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yep. Welcome to the pod, man.
What's going on?
Nothing much. What's your name?
It's Ryan, Real Angler Adventures.
Nice. Hey, man, tell us your story. Philip? Oh, it's probably the delay.
Not much, man. Just from Florida. Just actually talked to Uncle Larry last night, and I know I'm sending Ty a swim bait here or a glide bait real soon.
Nice.
What up, Ryan? That's our boy who works with Yozuri.
Oh, sick.
Real Adventures, yeah.
Oh, Real Adventures? Oh, yo,
Dude.
thank you, first of all, bro, Real Adventures hooked us up.
Yes,
Uncle
sir.
Larry
Yes,
Outdoors with, man, the hard bait moment of my life. I mean, literally the fishing moment of my life, probably. It was sharing with Eric and Kai all in the same boat, though, in Mexico, catching a striped marlin on topwater. And we didn't have that topwater without Real Adventure and without Yozuri, without Kai making that connection with you guys. But man, dude, like my first striped, personally, this is just personally my first striped marlin, Cubera, snapper, all courtesy of that relationship. And dude, thank you for just recognizing what we're doing and supporting what we're doing. And man, love what you guys are up to and what you guys are grinding with. And thank you. That's all I got to say so far.
Yeah, it's sick, bro. That's huge.
Nah, nope. No
Yeah.
problem at all. Happy to help out.
Nice, nice. Well, hey, man, tell us your story, man.
No, I'm just a guy here in Brevard County, Florida. Fish all kinds of things.
Nice. Anything weird you've ever seen?
Man, where I'm at, you see some pretty interesting things. Most recently, I don't know if y'all been following on the Instagram around here. We've been getting a lot of fishing stuff stolen from carts. People are getting calculated, stealing, those $1,000 Vance dolls and $1,000 Saltigas. Bunch of combos is getting stolen, man. Shit's crazy.
Yeah. No, I've definitely been seeing it, man. Especially on those piers, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, Sebastian Inlet, my home waters, my favorite place to fish. Y'all, I know you guys like to stick to that backwater stuff, but when y'all do that little jig sweep at that inlet, there's no other thumb on the planet better than that thing. Y'all got to go do it.
No, and real quick, I just want a little story from, and this is kind of, not maybe as cryptid, but it's true. Because we mentioned Sebastian earlier in this podcast about a place with a lot of energy. And man, so a couple stories about Sebastian, but like a lot of energy there, a lot of experience at Sebastian. And we're West Coast guys, but that's where a lot of our East Coast experience lies. And a quick, little weird thing I've seen at Sebastian, and then I'll get into what happened with Kai and I at Sebastian. But I've seen a group of 25 or so snook, female snook in the range of 35 to 45 inches, giant snook, swimming in a perfect circle outside Sebastian. I could still picture it perfectly. Literally facing northeast. I remember exactly where they were. And they gathered in a perfect circle, swam in a circle, and then jumped out of the water. And it was literally like a scene in the animated Little Mermaid. They were singing the song Under the Sea. And there's maybe 30 of these snook, all way over slots, big ones. And they swam, they jumped, and they backflipped, and they landed all at the same time. Like a perfect circle in synchronicity.
Like synchronized swimmers.
And there is no there's no explanation for this shit. Fuck the scientists. There's no they were breeding or they were migrating. No. They were dancing. They were dancing.
They opened the portal.
And so this kind of ties into my only real successful Sebastian experience. Because I've been to Sebastian a few times, and I know a lot of people with real Sebastian experiences and spiritual Sebastian experiences. And I've been a few times, multiple times, and I've had a lot of really difficult times at Sebastian. And first of all, I want to shout out our boy Laz, because my boy Laz is the guy who kind of got us first time at Sebastian. Laz was a dude who I think when I was 18 or younger, growing up in suburban white New Jersey, I would never have hung out with. I would never have fished with. My parents probably wouldn't have even fucking let me hang out with them, to be real. And Laz took us in, man, and just hyped us up and brought us to Sebastian and showed us the sweep. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says about this guy. That guy had a heart and a spirit that was unmatched. And I fell asleep before that dude ever caught a 45-inch red, but he caught a 45-inch red when we were there. Anyways, that's a little bit of a tangent. I just had to shout that guy out. But Kai and I, when we got skunked at Sebastian, man, a few times on that energy of just rumors and hearing what was there. And we were there with 7'6" medium heavies and 4Ks and 20-pound test line and 1 or 2 flare hawks. And we spent all of our money on gas just to get there, let alone like didn't have any bait to fish or nothing. And we met up with Drag running junkie and the crew. And man, I was the fucking pastiest dude on the fucking pier at that point in the night. And I remember like everyone looking at us like, yo, you don't got a 10-foot heavy or a Van Stall and this or that or the third. You can't catch shit. But I'll never forget the advice Drag gave to us. He actually gave this advice to us after this night, but like it might as well have applied, which was we asked Drag, yo, how do you do it, bro? Like, what are you doing differently? Because you're fishing the same shit as everybody else. And he said, I get on my knees and I pray to God before I fish and I say, what do I do? And he tells me and I do it. And that was pretty much what Kai and I did that night. And we caught 40s like knowing nothing. And man, like I don't know exactly where I was getting with this story, but the point is we unlocked a little bit of the portal. Sebastian's a bit of a portal. And this shit runs deep, and all the stories you heard tonight are real. These are coming from real people with real experiences, and we're all touching into something a little bit greater than this 3-dimensional reality. And don't believe Google and don't believe GPT. Believe what you see and what you feel and what you experience and what you just go have an experience, and whatever happens out there it's real. You don't need to share it with us, and no one needs to believe you. Just go do it for yourself. And if you get a picture with a fish that kind of proves something, like that picture is great because it proves that your insanity isn't so crazy. But like, don't fucking worry about it. If you break off and you hooked a 50-inch snook, don't worry if we don't believe you. Just fucking go do it. Just go enjoy yourself, because the spirits are real, the cryptids are real, the UFOs are real, and anyone who tells you that they're not, fuck them. Tell them to get back on Reddit and shut the fuck up. Like, God bless all you guys. All right, like go have a great time out there. That's my little tangent to end the night. That's
Hey man, well, we
Yeah,
appreciate you calling in, brother.
if you hook up 50 though, definitely like try and land it though for your
yeah, but try and land it.
yeah, please try, because if you lose it, good luck sleeping tonight, because I'm speaking from experience.
No, because
go through that current loop.
Because like some of these things, it's like, yo, Eric, the 50's out there because you hooked it.
The 50's out there. No, that's the thing. You ask any true snooker, they'll tell you. The 50's out there.
I think there was a guy that caught like a 45 or something like in Miami, like maybe a month or two ago.
I think it was the real skipper.
No, you almost got with that.
That was funny. But no, I think I got a buddy, not to dox him or where he's fishing, but I got a buddy that is a very well-respected snook fisherman, and he does not bullshit. And he's caught 45, 46-inch fish. He lost one earlier this fall that he looked at me and he was like, if it wasn't 48 inches, it was 47. So they're out there, and if you're talking one that big that we confirmed has been hooked, like I said, my boy, he would know. There's got to be a 50. The one that you catch, just remember this, ladies and gentlemen, the one that you catch, even if you catch a world record, is never the biggest.
It's not the biggest one.
It's never the biggest.
Always.
So there's always one bigger. If you catch one, you look at it, there's one bigger.
We've always talked as a group about being the first to fish a spot.
Oh, yeah.
And we fished some pretty insanely remote places, some places that are highly illegal, highly difficult to trespass, a combination of everything. And there's always a footprint. There's always a beer can. So, like, if you think you've caught the biggest or have done the craziest, you're not even close. And neither are we. That's not to say, like, we are either. It's just to say, like, this is a big, beautiful, mysterious, insane reality that we're sharing. And I think that's the beauty of sharing these stories tonight, is just to remind each other that, like, let's humble ourselves. We don't know shit. And that's the fun. That's the fun of getting out there, is to go experience some of the stuff for ourselves. But stay safe. Stay safe. Protect everyone else around you. And protect the environment that allows us to have these experiences, guys. And God bless everyone who joined us tonight. And I'm looking forward to next Wednesday, boys. I don't know if you got any closing statements, but I'm good. I appreciate everybody for joining us.
Use your free will wisely, children. There's a lot of things you could be doing, and if that's what you want to do, then go do it, because you got free will.
Do you?
Do you?
If I don't know, if you wake up tomorrow, you want to do some shit, just go do it. Don't think about the consequences later. Just fear only comes whenever you think about it.
I believe our horrible, shitty millennial early 2010s generation.
Consequences only.
Right? YOLO. YOLO. Is that what we said? Damn. We're no better. You know, we're talking about like how stupid 6'7" is, and all. We said YOLO. That was us. No, that wasn't that. That was us.
All right, see you guys.
Hey, in the outro, we're gonna give up our $10 in super chat. We're gonna give it to Rush this week. Free Will by Rush for the outro. Fuck it.